Hi, it's Greg Burdine, pastor of Faith Baptist Church in Adrian, Michigan. Hope you're having a good Saturday, good weekend, and it's a good vacation Bible school that we've had. This morning, the kids are going to go over to the Railroad Club. I don't know if you've ever seen that, the Model Railroad Club in Blissfield. And so going to do that later on today, and then tonight's the last day of vacation Bible school, so it's been a good week. Thanks for praying and thinking about us, and hopefully we'll see you all tomorrow if you're able to be at church. If not, please watch us online. But I've been doing this devotion now for several years, and kind of coming up with a Bible verse of the day, just something to think about. And with it being in the middle of the summer, I've got another Bible verse that talks a little bit about the summertime. One of the good things for me that I like about the summer is the sun is up a lot longer. The long days. I think the longest day is June the 20th or 21st, and the days are getting shorter, but still, the sun is up for a long time. So we'll be looking at some verses here throughout July that have to do with summer or the sun. And this is one that I thought was interesting. It's in Psalm 19 and verse 6. Now, Psalm 19, the psalmist David is praising God for his creation. He says, verse 1, the heavens declare the glory of God. In fact, Paul says in the book of Romans, the first chapter, that, there is no excuse. If you live in the world, you can look around you, you can listen, you can smell. All of nature tells us that there is a God. And he's talking about the sun in verse 6. And this is what he says about the sun that we have. This is what he says. And he personalizes it. His going forth is from the end of the heaven, his circuit unto the ends of it, and there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. In other words, the sun comes up in one side, it goes all the way down to the other side, it goes the full circuit of the sky, and there is nothing hid from the heat of it. Now, you can hide from the light of the sun. You can get in the shade, you can get in your car, but you know what? You can't hide from the heat. No matter where you go, the sun not only is a bright light, but it is a warm light. And throughout Scripture, there's a parallel between the sun that we see in the sky and the Son of God, Jesus Christ. And in this verse, we see a couple of those parallels. Number one, he's eternal. He's everywhere. He was there at the beginning of time, and he will be there at the end of time. And that means it's eternal. He's eternal. Jesus is God. And there's nothing hid from him. Everybody has, at least in their own heart, they may squelch it, but they know that there's something more out there than what you see, and you can't hide from it. And not only that, as far as they know that, but he knows them. God knows everything. We can't hide anything from him. Jesus knows us. He knows what we think. He knows our motives. He knows us better than ourselves. And so as you see the sun moving and you see that it's up there, just realize this, the Son of God is there as well. Now tonight, you won't be able to see the sun. You won't be able to feel the heat. It would almost be like there is no sun, but there is. It's just hid. And sometimes in our life, we don't sense Jesus. We don't recognize his presence. We don't feel it, but he's still there. One of my favorite Bible phrases is in Psalm 23. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'll fear no evil, for thou art with me. Even in the dark valleys of life, when we can't see who's with us, we know Jesus is with us. He promised, I'll be with you to the end of the age. I'll never leave you. I'll never forsake you. And so just know that today, whatever goes on in your life, Jesus is with you. Great Bible verse.